What's going on, everyone? Aaron here with a quick one. It's not a review, kind of my thoughts, but not. I just got done rewatching the 1998 Godzilla. Big air quotes there. Uh, every Godzilla fan knows exactly which movie I'm talking about. It is the shame of our franchise. And I really had to ask myself, is it that bad? Like, is it this terrible thing that it's like, oh, we can never watch this. It is the worst thing in Godzilladom. And I'm gonna be honest, as far as Godzilla material goes, it's not the worst thing in all the franchise. The most recent Godzilla anime was so disappointing. Like, alright, let me clarify. The Godzilla anime had a lot of great ideas, but failed on execution all across the board. The 98 film doesn't really have any good ideas, but mixed into all these bad ideas and other things that are happening is the DNA of what could possibly be a good movie. It is not a good movie, but it's not the worst thing out there. Let me take the official stance that a lot of Godzilla fans seem to take is this movie would work a whole lot more if it wasn't Godzilla. If they changed the title to Creature Attacks New York or It Came from the Sea or something like that, and it was just a generic run of the mill like giant monster invades New York City, attacks, or gets attacked by military, lays eggs and all that stuff, there would be a whole lot less hate against this movie. But because this movie brands itself as Godzilla, that is why it fails. Because this is the only movie where Godzilla is portrayed as a not mindless animal, but just as an unthinking. Oh no, not even unthinking, because it does have its moments. It's just like an animal, and Godzilla is not a complete animal. He is a monster. He is a beast. And while the most recent 2014 and 2019 Godzilla movies, they kind of treat him more like an animal than a monster, he's still a monster, and he still is like way more cognitive than this creature that we got in 1998. Also, like way more destructive, because the whole death by missiles, really. But I honestly want to say, like, as far as the movie as a whole, yeah, there's some bad acting going on, but there's also a few characters that, the actors, they knew what kind of movie they were in. Like Hank Azaria and Jean Reno, they're great. Like, they know exactly what kind of movie they're doing, and they are just having a ball with it. Matthew Broderick, no, he's not leading man material. If you had made him the scientist that was like sneezing and stuff like that, like, I could see that working. I could see him doing that role really well. But making him like the leading guy, I don't buy it, and he doesn't sell it. And then his love interest, Aubrey's character, I don't even know the actress's name. Like, she's just so bland and kind of just there to be the love interest. I will say the general, and I'm wishing I would have wrote down some names, but the general, like, he's another one that you can tell he's kind of just having fun with it. And his little sergeant guy that he's like constantly kicking in the butt is also, really selling it. But most of the stuff around these things is kind of just meh. Like, a lot of the character decisions are stupid as hell. And the what you're trying to get me to buy into just doesn't make sense sometimes. Like you're telling me, I'm sure this has been done to death. I'm sure this whole topic has been done to death. This is just my take on the topic. But the whole taxi cab sitting in the mouth, and for some reason he just can't chomp down and bite into it, and they got enough time to zap him. I will say there's a couple of good set pieces as far as like action wise. The initial confrontation when Zilla shows up in Times Square for the fish, and there's that whole like battle with the helicopters. That's pretty cool. The submarine battle is pretty cool, and parts of the taxi cab chase scene is actually pretty cool. Like you know, and another thing I'll give this movie is it does have some pretty decent miniature action, like some actual physical effects, like buildings that they actually blew up, or physical manifestations of Zilla and the baby Zillas and all that, and just like it's actually there. You can tell it's an actual piece, like, and it's a living thing. A lot of the CGI in this movie does not hold up. Granted, it's from the late 90s when we were really just starting to figure out CG, but still, like, there are some moments when the CG doesn't look half bad. But there are way more moments when the CG is just terrible. Oh, terrible. And this is my first time watching it in Blu-ray high def. Oh, those bad parts do stick out like a freaking sore thumb. Like the little old man running across the dock. I used to get a kick out of that scene. Thinking, it is so goofy and stupid and whatever. Now seeing it in high def, and it's just like, oh, that just ruined it. But I digress. The parts of this movie that work really well, but the problem is there are not a lot of parts that work well. It's a very bland story. There's nothing behind it. The monster is uninspired, and each character, even the ones that are doing their best to bring out that performance are kind of just like caricatures, sorry, of what kind of character they're supposed to be. And there's no real substance behind any of them. If you want to enjoy this movie, go read the novelization version of it, because I actually remember liking the novelization of this movie. It doesn't do anything particularly better, but by being a book, it lets you delve into the characters' backgrounds and histories and their inner thoughts and things like that. That books do that movies can't. That, make things slightly better. So yeah, there you go. If you want a good version of Godzilla 1998, go read the book. If you watch the movie, you're gonna get stuck watching this piece of trash. And I feel bad calling it a piece of trash, because there are a lot of people that like this movie, and there are a lot of worse movies out there, especially in the Godzilla franchise. Like, I will maintain the anime franchise worse than Godzilla 98. I'll even, I gotta go back and rewatch it. It has been a long time, but Godzilla's Revenge, or All Monsters Attack, or whatever it's supposed to be called, even that is a contender for being worse than this. It's not. At least I don't think it is. I don't remember it being worse. But it's still a pretty rough movie to watch. But for the most part delivers a better message. Oh, I'll have to go back and rewatch that. But it is what it is. It happened. We got it. Now we got a cool Toho official monster called Zilla that I hope they use more often in other movies and stuff like that. I hear they're doing another anime, and it'd be cool if they could incorporate him to be some sort of actual presence and not just a one-off joke like he was in Final Wars. Don't get me wrong, I love that joke. That was a great joke, and all of us Godzilla fans appreciated it. But now I want to see them do something like Rulers of Earth did, utilizing Zilla. It'd be pretty cool. But tell me what you think about Godzilla 1998. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Do you refuse to go back and watch it? It kind of comes to me once every couple of years where I just have to see this movie. Let me know in the comments below. And thanks for watching. Bye bye.